Good afternoon, everyone. You are so very welcome to this afternoon's YouTube video. We just fixed the camera up a small bit here. And there's a topic I'd like to speak to you today. And the topic is, I think, one of those things that affect so many people on a global level. And it is the difference between decision and indecision. So when I was taking down some notes earlier today, I was asking myself, are you the kind of person that makes a decision quickly? Or are you someone that's pretty slow at making a decision? No, look, I'm sure for each and every one of us, it's quite different. Some people can make it very, very quickly. Some just take more time to make it. Everyone is different. But I think what a really important question to ask is, do you ever ask yourself, what is it costing you financially? Or what is it costing you with your time? So let us begin with this thought that life responds with decisions, not intentions. We can intend to travel more. We can intend to read more. We can intend to be more educated. We can intend to do more courses. We have some great intentions, but the gap that divides intention to the result we seek is called decision. And look, the clock of life keeps moving forward and it waits for no man or no woman. And opportunities will not wait until you are ready. Now, we've all heard those things before. But the truth is, you must be prepared to jump on that moving train and jump on the moving train with faith, with courage, with clarity. On whatever you are seeking to have in your life, but it starts with making that decision. So let me share a story with you that I heard earlier on in the week, and I've this written down here, and it says that there were 3 frogs sitting on a log. One decided to jump off. So the question is, how many frogs are left? The answer is there are still 3 frogs left. Why? Because deciding to jump is not the same as jumping. The indecision, it's the illusion of movement. And it's dangerous because indecision delays learning, it delays growing, it delays the failures en route that can lead to your success. And ask yourself, what is indecision really costing you? So number one, I think there are 3 factors, but number one, it has to be your time. Indecision costs you time. Time is one of your most valuable assets, where money isn't. You can always earn more money tomorrow morning or any stage in your life, but you can't get the time back. And I know everyone is so aware of that, but every moment that you're stuck in indecision, it's a moment where you're not creating, you're not growing, you're not becoming the person that you were truly born to be. I think the second factor is indecision causes you, indecision costs you confidence. Every time you hesitate on moving forward, doubt naturally creeps in. You second guess yourself. You become more like a foundation built on sand. You become a slave to the outside opinions of family, friends, loved ones, work colleagues, and others that surround you. But even if it's the wrong decision, it's important that you make the decision. You see, by making the decision, you build your strength, you build your stature. You see, confidence is like a muscle. You build it by doing it and not by waiting around. I also feel number 3 that's important is that indecision costs you momentum. Have you ever pushed a car that's stuck in neutral? Now, each and every one of us probably have done this at some stage, but we all know that it's difficult. But once it starts to move, it gets an awful lot easier. Imagine if it was an aircraft and, the pilot advances the thrust levers to 25% power. The aircraft would never get off the runway. But as we know, when the right power setting is applied to both those engines, the aircraft gains the momentum to be able to take off the runway. So it's all about momentum. Everything is about momentum. And momentum only will be created when you decide, and after the decision is made, that you take action, so that you decide and act. It's really, really important, because indecision will keep you parked. It'll keep your engine running. It'll keep the gas burning, but you're going nowhere. So let me share a small bit of advice from personal experience. It's better to make a wrong decision than no decision at all, because action breeds clarity, and clarity leads to better decisions. You see, every time you make a decision, it's a vote for the person that you truly want to become. So know who you want to become. Know what you want to do. It's having that clarity. And there's going to be times you'll fail, there's going to be times you'll feel deflated, but rise up in the knowledge that the motion that you're creating will bring you in the particular direction that you want to go. And remember, direction creates destiny. I've often mentioned the great Jim Rohn, but he stated in a previous talk that, and I've written down here, it's not the blowing off the wind that determines your destination, it's the set of the sail. So the wind will blow on all of us. Challenge, opportunity, setbacks, delays, criticism. But what makes a difference is how you decide to set sail. You know, some people will say, but what about if I make the wrong decision? What about if I make the wrong choice? Look, you're in good company. I've made hundreds of wrong decisions that I mightn't be proud of. But if you never choose at all, then it's no good to you. Listen carefully, like indecision is a decision. It's a decision to stay the same. And that, my friends, is probably the most dangerous decision of all. So I want you to write this down if you really wish to make the changes, and say it loudly. Plant it like a flag on the ground and say, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And this is where I'm going. And have a conviction. Do not look backwards. Don't waste mental energy on trivial matters that affect your life. Like things of, what am I going to eat? What am I going to wear? What movie am I going to watch? Look, make a choice and move on. Save your energy for the big decisions. Decide slowly on big things, but decide. Take time, ask questions, get counsel from others, but set a deadline. It's really important to set that deadline, because without a deadline, decisions only turn into daydreams. That's all that happens to them. And take the time to review and revise. Look, life flows like a river. Decisions are blueprints that we've been given. You can adjust them. The key is to move forward and not to wait for that perfection in your life. You don't need to be perfect. None of us were. But we need to be decisive, because every great leader, every successful person, and every happy soul that's out there got there by making a decision of some way or some form. So look, decide today to become decisive. Decide to set your sail. Decide to build your life the way that you truly want it. Not someday, not when it's really convenient to you, and not when the stars align. Please, do it now, because now is really all the time that you have. Okay, set your sails, get moving forward, and let's get moving. So that's it from me today. I hope that YouTube video has been some help to those who are thinking about decision versus indecision. If I can help you anymore, please leave a comment to the box, and the comment box, I should say, and let everyone have a great day. Thanks a million. God bless. Goodbye.